Hello there, Taurus. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your major monthly theme reading for September 2023. We're going to use a variety of oracle decks and 2 tarot decks to do a full Celtic cross to get some major ideas on what the themes are coming your way this month. If you have not been with me before, you know how I do my readings, and if you are brand new to the channel, thank you so much. I am very glad to have you here. I am both an astrologer and a tarot reader, so I do incorporate both astrology and the tarot into all of your readings. I also, for my longtime viewers or supporters, or those who want to come follow me on my new channel, I have started a new channel called Diamond Dragon Lady. I will have that link below in the description box for those of you who want to join, because we will be uploading more of the pre-recorded content onto that channel as time goes by. So let's go ahead and start, Taurus. We've got a lot of good vibes coming your way in spite of all the retrogrades going on right now. So let's start with your oracle. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, please show us what you have in the works for Taurus, anything that they need to see and hear for their highest and best good, please, as we go through the month of September. Boy, these cards are already flipping a lot here, Taurus. So you do have a lot of energy around you right now. Okay, 2 came out, so I'm going to take them both. Usually I only do one major keyword, but some of these readings this month have been really strong, and so I've been pulling 2, or maybe even 3. For you, I have 2. I have love and I have diligence. So my feeling is that in love, especially in romance, but also in friendship and family relationships, I would attend to the little things, right? And also look to see the big picture. You really need it on both levels. Sometimes you might even need to pull back just a little bit to see the bigger picture. But there may be some details that you need to attend to, and you may be able to see those better if you maybe, take a little trip for a day or 2. It helps you pull back, clear your head, and then you have a better idea of what needs to be worked on. But don't be lazy in love this month, Taurus. Your Venus, your ruling planet is Venus, and that has been in retrograde for a long time now, and it is going direct on September 4th. So I feel like anything that might have kind of fallen by the way or gotten kind of muddy or confused during that Venus retrograde period, it's kind of like you're starting to put things back to rights. I know this has been a challenging period because not only has Venus been in retrograde, but it's also been in Leo. Leo is a 90-degree square to the sign of Taurus, and that can create friction. It can create challenge. It can create a lot of action and growth too, so it's not all bad. But in our relationships, it's not usually as much fun when we have Venus squaring our sign, because it creates a little bit more potential for arguments and just little, issues to arise in relationships. So this may be a time where you're really reworking those. The sign, the 2 signs that are really active for you right now, we've got Virgo season. Very supportive to you, Taurus, because this is a fellow earth sign, so you're really getting some beautiful support from that. Mercury, even though it has been in retrograde and will be until September 15th, is also in Virgo, and that supports you as well. So like I said, even though you may have been going through some challenges and some friction, I do think you have a lot of opportunity coming up over this month and the trajectory of the month to get things back on track and to feel like you're seeing the bigger picture, the clearer picture. Your sign is also represented in Jupiter and Uranus. They're both in Taurus right now. And especially with Jupiter being, right in the middle of its journey in Taurus, that's going to feel good for you. Continue to ride that wave, because that does give you a lot of openings, a lot of opportunity, a lot of expansion, and just plain old-fashioned good luck. So let's see what you've got. We're going to pull from the Numerology deck next to get a special number for you, Taurus. And we have nature. So I would say that definitely, spend some time in the outdoors. I'm really getting a feeling for you that if you do that, it's going to help you a lot in many areas of your life. Your number is 74 for this month. 7 to me is all about, advancing your understanding of yourself, teaching yourself, learning something new. It's definitely a spiritual path of discovery. And the 4 is, you know, foundation. It's home. It's the 4 corners. So you might feel, you know, like you're really taking a journey that's helping you to ground more. And you add those 2 up, you get an 11, which is a master number, and then you get a 2 when you add the 2 number 1s from the 11. So it all comes back to those relationships. It really does. It comes back to those one-on-one interactions that you have with your nearest and dearest every day. Let's pull from the crystals. We're going to see what crystals or gemstones or minerals would be good for you to work with. I just feel like you need to get outside a little more here, Taurus. And as the month goes, at least for those of us in the Western Hemisphere, for sure, it's, you know, it's cooling down. Slowly but surely it is. And it'll get nicer to be outside. And we have the Moonstone, which I love. Taurus, the Moonstone is important this month because we are building up to the full moon in, let's see, it'll be Aries. Yeah, it'll be Aries this month in September. But we really come into September right on the heels of the blue moon, full moon in Pisces, because in August we've had 2 full moons. And, you know, the second one was in Pisces, which is very watery and very spiritual. So using some moonstone or keeping some of that around you really kind of helps to balance, you know, those moon cycles. This is also something that helps with that crown chakra, so that the messages you're pulling in from spirit are much more clear and much more understandable. Also, I would say the moonstone is really good for that heart, you know, kind of that breastplate, because Cancer, the moon, they're all, you know, over that chest area. So not a bad place to wear that. Let's dig into some spirit guides for you. Let's see which one of them is going to be hanging out with you this month, Taurus. Which one is most beneficial, please? And we have Radha, the soul flame, yes, and of course she was the divine counterpart of Krishna. So I feel that, you know, this is really putting you in this position to be this divine counterpart, to see how you can be supportive, how you can be loving, how you can kind of blend your soul's energy with that of the other, right? Rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. Yeah, so coming back to yourself as well here with this, you know, coming back to your authentic self, Taurus. If you've been kind of a little bit out of it, like, you know, and it's really easy to feel that way, you know, when Venus is being a little wonky. It's been doing that to all of us, but you and Libra are the ones that feel it the most because that is your ruling planet. So let's get into your tarot next, Taurus. Spirit, show us what you have for Taurus in the tarot. That kind of is a funny Taurus tarot. Tarot Taurus. Everybody's been having that. Oh, it's been a big one, guys. Yep. It's not been easy for everybody. So definitely pay attention. Eight of Swords, sorry. This one has come up in almost everybody's reading. For a few people, they've also had this at the center of the reading like you do, so don't feel alone. You know, Eight of Swords to me is being tied up in your own thoughts, worries, you know, compulsive thought, feeling very stuck in your thoughts, feeling like you're kind of treading water and maybe just going over the same thing again and again and again in your head. And this is really saying it's time to get unstuck. It's time to move beyond that. And only you can free yourself from that, you know, feeling, right? So let's get a clarifier here on this Eight of Swords, because that's a tough one to deal with, you know, because nobody can save you from it. Like, you're the one that has the power to, you know, direct your thoughts, change the way your thought trajectory is going, whether or not you're going to let it get to you again and again, or you're going to make that choice to start putting your mind to something else. It's a very tough one. Now, here we go. Yeah, High Priestess. I would say that for you, you may not even be telling anybody about the fact that you're struggling with this, because to me, this is like, yeah, I don't want to burden anybody with it. High Priestess can tend to be a little bit secretive. She is also moon ruled, and those lunar phases are certainly important for you. I think you're feeling even more sensitive on and around those moon phases, so just keep that in mind as well, Taurus. In the immediate past, we have the Two of Pentacles. Maybe too much work has been part of your life lately. You probably need a work-life balance reset. You may get a little bit worried about doing that. You know, that's why we're stepping into that Eight of Swords, you know, and you're just like, oh, I know I need to relax. I know I need some time off, but you might be a bit concerned about taking it. You don't really want to tell anybody about it. Could be a Capricorn or a Libra in your life, as that card is clarified by the Justice card. You definitely need balance, though. You really do, because, you know, Two of Pentacles is all about the life-work balance. If you're working too hard, it's time to have a little bit more fun. And the Justice card, of course, is all about balance, fairness, equality. So anything that's been off balance, it's like if you've been working too much, it's time to relax. If you've been relaxing too much, it's time to get back to work. It's that kind of thing, bringing things back into alignment. Going into the immediate future, there is action, there is activity. There could be a big foundational change. And, you know, you had that number 74. Sevens are more active. Fours are the foundation. So something about the foundation could really be changing as this month wears on. You know, the Tower is also Mars energy. Mars is active. It moves things around. It gets things going. It's fiery. And that Tower always removes anything that can't stand the test of time. If something is not meant to be, it will absolutely fall apart and reform in a different way. Queen of Swords, yes. You know, for some of you, Taurus, you may really be dealing with a Libra. You might be dealing with a female figure in your life that's very no nonsense. Like, she will not put up with any funny business. You may also be embodying this yourself, and you may be leaving something behind or actively changing the foundation of something you had kind of built yourself up on, simply because you see the truth of the matter. You see that this is not going to last. The foundation can't hold, and it's time to take a different approach, time to move on. You know, you might feel a little bit, you know, matter of fact about changing up some things in your life as you move forward through this month and beyond. On the bottom, what's in your subconscious, Taurus, is going to be this Seven of Pentacles. And to me, this is a card that is all about patience. It's all about growing. It's all about nurturing what is growing. So, you know, it may be, I can see where this last month or two could have been really challenging because of these retrogrades, because of some of this shifting around. And I think that, you know, things that you've been trying to grow may be taking a little bit longer than you wanted them to or were hoping to. I mean, even in this card, it's like she's standing there ready with the basket. You know, it's like, I really want to gather this fruit already, but man, it's taken a while for it to grow. So, you know, is that, you know, most of us aren't farmers, but you can apply this to the modern world by saying, you know, I've been growing a business, I've been growing a company, maybe I started something working for myself, and I really want this thing to take off, but it's just requiring you to be patient. It doesn't mean it's not coming here, Taurus. It just means that it's going to be a little longer than you'd hoped. This is the card in position that really tells you to be patient, though. Timing is at play. Yeah, and look at this. Two cards came out. They just really came right out along with this. So, you know, Eight of Swords on the bottom again. Don't get stuck in obsessive thought or worry about this process. We do have the Page of Wands right next to it. Yet again, nobody likes to hear this, but literally this is like saying it's time to lighten up. Like, you have been thinking about this, maybe obsessing on it too much, and you really need to get out of the house and go have some fun. You really, really do. That pattern is coming up again and again on this reading so far. On the top, crowning the spread message from Spirit, is the Three of Wands. Yet again, Spirit's even telling you, Taurus, you planted a lot of those seeds, and now you got to sit back and let those ships come in. There's not a whole lot more that you can do at this current point. That may change, and it usually does because change is always with us. But right now at this juncture, you have done a lot of work. You've sown a lot of, seeds and worked at a lot of projects. And now it's time, to sit back and wait and let it come to you. Let the returns of the investment head your way. You can't rush it though. Yeah, and it takes a lot of strength to get through that. And there's that Leo card. Venus has been retrograde in the sign of Leo. I think you're learning a lot. It may not be fun to learn it, but this is the symbol of spirit, our own higher mind, calming down our physical, frustrated being, right? So that is very much what is required right now. Let's get some advice on this for you, Taurus. These have so much energy on them. Here comes justice again. Wow, I really do think that things are they're gonna work out for you, but it really, there's a lot of push and pull energy here. It's just back and forth, back and forth. But suggested approach is the justice card. Yet again, it is time for balance here, Taurus. Too much work, not enough work. Too much play, not enough play, right? It's also Libra energy, right? So, Libra season comes after Virgo season. Libra time will start around September 22nd when the autumn equinox occurs. And so this could also be saying that, some timing is at play and things will start to improve once we head into Libra season. But overall, I think this is definitely just finding that life-work balance that you need very much right now. Tons of Libra energy on this reading. And the Lovers, yes. So, I mean, like I said at the beginning of the reading, we had that love card coming out. We had the diligence card right next to it. So it's really about balancing yourself in your relationships and in the way you communicate in those relationships. And let me tell you, Taurus, everybody's a little bit confuzzled right now with the Mercury retrograde energies. All of us have a little bit of funkiness going on with communication, but I really think that this is a month ahead for September where you slowly but surely have got to reconcile, balance things out, communicate with the people that matter the most to you, express your expectations, desires, etc. What you need to know, Star card coming in, very, very blessed and very positive. And that's why I feel like ultimately all this stuff will really, it'll work itself out, but it's taking its sweet time, right? Because that Star card is the hope and faith being restored after going through a long struggle. You may feel like, especially the last couple months have been just like, oh, yeah, been rather challenging. But I do feel like there are better things ahead. Let's get a clarifier on this. Yeah, King of Cups. I feel like, this is you feeling a little bit more in control and more mature with your own emotions and your own emotional state, right? Cancer energy on this King of Cups, but to me, he represents people that are trustworthy, solid, stable. I feel like that's really what you crave, and those kind of people are going to be coming more and more your way. Hopes and fears is the World card. You really want this difficult cycle to be over, and you're a little bit afraid that it's going to take forever for it to happen. But again, the world is ruled by Saturn. It's Capricorn energy, the divine timing, it's patience. So hang in there, right? You've got some things that are telling you, you're doing your thing, and it doesn't mean stop worrying. It doesn't mean stop putting in effort, not at all. But right now, there's some major things that you're waiting on that there's not much you can do about them right now except to wait. Yeah, you don't like it, though. It's making you feel kind of frustrated and kind of guarded because you don't want to be judged unfairly or attacked unfairly. Yeah, that's a big one right there. The outcome card as we, wrap up September, go towards October, we've got that Five of Wands. That can be such a tussle card. It's not like, I don't see big, awful, horrible battles going on, Taurus, but this is definitely a feeling of tug of war. Back and forth. Like I said, there's a push-pull energy around this reading. And so I don't want you to get engaged to, you know, into fights or into arguments that are pointless or are not going to go anywhere. Like I said, a little bit of friction is good. It gives us spark. It gives us energy. It keeps us motivated. But you don't want to just argue for the sake of argument's sake here. And we've got the Eight of Pentacles, the next step after the Seven. I think largely what's getting you and what's kind of itching you and making you feel that friction, it's just the patience, Taurus. It's that hanging in there, working at things one at a time. What I would advise, you know, instead of letting it frustrate you, I would just focus any chance you can on doing the very best work possible. You know, just be very in the moment, very attentive to things one day at a time, because with those Eight of Swords coming out twice here, it's really possible for you to be dwelling a lot on the past or worrying a lot about the future instead of being right here in the now. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Swords, so definitely it's time to relax, meditate, unwind, and chill out, you know, just really let yourself fully, peacefully relax, because look at that. On the bottom, we got the Five of Wands again. So yeah, you are feeling the friction. You are feeling that feisty, you know, a little that frustration, you know. It could be just simply coming from within yourself. It may not even be an external situation or person, but you're feeling that, like you just want things to get into movement. So hang in there. This is not a bad reading, Taurus. It is just one of those things where balance and patience are required, and try your very best to stay in the moment as we navigate this month of September. Let's get an affirmation on this reading for you. And we have intuition with the dog. This is from the Chinese zodiac. And let me tell you, the dog in the Chinese zodiac is also Libra energy. Again, need for balance here, Taurus. So here is your affirmation. Trust your instincts. You have a clear vision of things to come, and you are being guided. Continue to use that sense of future to direct your current path. Unfold your spiritual acumen and be open to needed changes. You are in the right direction. That's what I feel, you know, but there are some things that you are going to navigate and change as you go along that direction. All right, Taurus, have an amazing month ahead, and I will be seeing you very soon. Take care.